The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the abandoned town of Millbrook. Once a bustling community, it now lay silent except for the faint creaking of rusted signs and the distant hoot of an owl. 17-year-old Lily Carpenter hurried along the cracked asphalt, clutching her backpack tightly. She had been warned to stay away from Millbrook, but her curiosity had won out over caution. Her friends, Ethan and Mia, had dared her to explore it after school, claiming it was haunted by ghosts. What they didn't know was the truth far darker than ghost stories. As Lily crept through the empty streets, her footsteps echoing softly, she noticed something odd. The town seemed unnaturally still. No cars, no people, just the ghostly silhouettes of abandoned buildings. She shivered, brushing off a sense of unease, and pressed on toward the town square. That's when she saw it, movement, sluggish and jerking, coming from behind the collapsed fountain. A figure staggered into view, shuffling with unnatural, stiff movements. Its skin was pale and mottled, stretched tight over its skull like a pallid mask. Its eyes were vacant, rolled back into its head, and it drooled a dark, viscous substance. Heart pounding in her chest, Lily froze. She knew deep down that this wasn't a ghost. It was something far worse. The creature let out a guttural groan and lunged suddenly, arms outstretched. Lily screamed and ducked behind a battered car. Her mind raced. What was it? A monster? An infection? She remembered the news stories, the rumors, the stories of the dead coming back to. No, she couldn't think about it. She had to get out. But the streets were labyrinthine, and the creature's groan had attracted others. From the shadows, more figures emerged, human once, or so they looked, but now mindless husks. They shambled forward, arms stretched, mouths twisted into snarls. Lily's instincts kicked in. She grabbed a stray brick and threw it at the nearest zombie, hitting it squarely in its rotten face. The creature snarled and slowed its advance as she bolted into a side alley. Heart-hammering, Lily darted into the darkness, her mind racing. How did this happen? Was it safe anywhere? She remembered the news. About a virus, a multinational experiment gone wrong, turning people into monsters. The stories added up. Millbrook was ground zero. And now she was in the middle of it. She found an old service station and slipped inside, breathing heavily. The inside was dim, filled with the smell of oil and decay. There, she saw a battered mirror and looked at herself. Her face was pale, eyes wide with fear, but she was alive. She needed a plan. Suddenly, footsteps echoed behind her. She spun around to see Ethan and Mia, breathless but alive, emerging from the shadows. Their faces were streaked with dirt and tears, but they'd made it too. Lily, Mia gasped. What do we do? We can't stay here. They're everywhere. Ethan nodded grimly. There's a radio station on the edge of town. Maybe we can send a message, get help. But we have to get out of here first. Lily nodded. Then let's move. Quietly. The three of them slipped out of the service station, sticking to the shadows. As they moved through the deserted streets, the sounds of groaning. Whenever they made noise, the zombies turned their direction, slow but relentless. A sudden screech of metal made them freeze. Ahead lay a collapsed bridge spanning a small ravine. They had to cross it, but it looked unstable. Ethan studied it, then whispered, "We'll have to run across. Just keep moving, don't look down." One by one, they sprinted across, the planks creaking ominously beneath their weight. Midway, Lily stumbled, nearly losing her footing, but Ethan grabbed her arm and pulled her forward. They made it to the other side, hearts pounding. They hurried toward the radio station, a weathered building with a flickering sign. As they entered, a weak signal crackled over the static. Lily grabbed the microphone. "This is Lily Carpenter. We're alive in Millbrook. We need help. Zombies. People turned into monsters. Please send help." Her voice quaked, but she held it steady. Suddenly, a loud banging came from the door. They spun around to face a horde of zombies pressing against the glass. Ethan grabbed a metal rod, swinging desperately, but it was no use. The zombies broke through, and Lily screamed as they lunged at her. The world blurred into chaos, claws, bites, screams. Everything moved too fast. When Lily regained consciousness, she was on the floor, surrounded by rubble, her friends gone. The room was silent except for the distant groan of the undead. Pain flared in her arm. She looked down to see a bite mark. Her mind spiraled into panic. How long before she turned? Would she become one of them? Her last hope was the radio, still whispering faintly. She reached out and turned it on, voice trembling. "Help us," she whispered into the microphone. Her vision blurred as a wave of dizziness washed over her. In that moment, her consciousness faded, the darkness taking her over. Her last thoughts were of her friends, of hope, and of the horrifying truth. In Millbrook, the dead weren't just dead, they were everywhere. And no one knew if they could ever be saved. The static continued to crackle as the undead shuffled outside, silent witnesses to a darkness that was only just beginning.